Hello, nuggets, how's it going? And welcome to episode 2 of Factions, Tips, and Tricks. Today is all about making money. Moolah. So before I get into this episode, just in case you didn't watch yesterday's episode or any of that, I am not the best at factions. These are the tips that I've gathered from other people playing factions and from myself. And they're based at non-donators, but they're also, like, they could have a donator as well. But obviously the donator has a little bit of extra help. But so if you are a donator, these could be useful for you. But they're also based at people who have, like, a group of 4 members or maybe even 1 member. Not for the factions that have, like, 20 members in it already and are already well established and know what they're doing. These are for people who are just a little bit lost or just want some tips and tricks in the right direction on what to do when the server resets and how to have a chance at maybe surviving. But as you know, guys, factions is a harsh world, and you can either be super lucky or super unlucky, or just in the middle and maybe nothing will happen. Because, like, you know, like with this game mode, I'm not gonna lie, this game mode is unbalanced. It's very unbalanced. And that's just the way it was designed in the first place. Like, whoever made factions back in the day, whoever developed it. But if you guys want episode 3 of this, and episode 3 will be how to find raids, slap that like button, let me know. If we reach 2,000 likes, we'll have that video tomorrow. But anyway, guys, let's jump in to today's episode. Today's episode is all about making money. Now, next map might be a little bit different, but these tips will still apply in some way or form. So, Psycho PvP is all about headhunting. Headhunting is pretty much leveling up. You guys understand that, leveling up through all the mob spawners and stuff like that. So the first mob spawner you need is either you can go for Wolf or Osla. I prefer to go for Wolf. I don't know why. But the first mob spawner you need is Wolf, and that is $10,000, which is a lot of money if you're just by yourself, solo, for example. If extra members, obviously the more members you have, the more easier it will be, because if you have 20 members, you can all chip in the money together and buy a mod spawn together and you grind together. But the only thing is, the more members you have, the more spawns you're going to need to sustain the amount of people you need, because obviously if everyone's grinding heads, then that's not really going to work out with one spawner. Not very well anyway. Anyway, I'm going to give you the best tips. Now, these aren't glamorous. Like, at the end of the day, factions is all about grind. There's no easy peasy way to get $10,000 unless, like, someone comes on the server, has a load of money, and be like, dude, you want $10,000? You'd be told, like, yeah, but that probably won't happen. And if it does, then GG to you. But your starting balance is $750, okay? So, when you join the server, don't go buy speed pots of that or anything like that to run out faster. No, you need this money. You really need this money. So, guys, say this is the base where you're going to be doing all your crafty work, which is going to be like your grinding money, and obviously grinding spawners once you're able to save up for one. The best way, and the best way it was this map, is to grind out melon spawners, because they spawn in really fast, and they're really good source of money. So the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go to shop, and you're going to need to buy seeds. Now, melon seeds, I don't know how expensive they are, but I know you can afford them with your starting out balance. Now, if you want to not spend any money at all, you can do this, but the only thing is it's going to be very tedious, and the amount of time you could be spending on it might not be worth your time. You can go look for a jungle biome, but obviously you could be ages searching for one, and if you already found one before, then you might know where it is. Go ahead and buy it. So what I would do is, because I'd want to save as much money as possible, I would probably buy about 5 of these. About 5. Maybe, do you know what, Bal? Maybe 10. I'd go cheeky. Maybe 10. So we're left with $550. Now, also, do not go buying an axe. I think in kit once you get an axe, but I'm not really too sure. But that's if you want to do it or not. Now, don't go buying an axe. You're going to need an axe for mining melons, because it's the most efficient way to do it. Unless you want to smack them, you can do that if you want. But you are going to need an axe. An axe is a must need. Now, I know it's not enchanted, but we can get onto all the glamorous part once we start making more money. Because obviously, the more money we have, we can start putting, you know, really good on breaking and stuff on it. But you have enough diamonds to spend this on, like, a good, maybe 2 axes at least. And this is just the most simple way of making money. Now, if you're really good at PvP, for example, maybe someone might want to wager their $750 against you. And you could wager your $750 against his, and you can make an easy bit of money. But that's if you're good. And also, it could be risky because things can go wrong. So we're currently at our crafty base. This base right now is the base that we don't care if it really gets raided in that sense. This is where you're going to be doing all your, like, work, all your making money and stuff like that. It is not connected to your main base. Whatever you do, don't go storing really valuable stuff in this base. I know it's tempting often. Like when you have like a full inventory, you want to store stuff here for now, but trust me, it will stay there and you'll probably never ever move it out again. So make sure you don't really store in this base, because otherwise, you know, when it gets raided, it's kind of the purpose of this base is kind of defeated them, because the purpose of this base is that it's kind of a mess around base. It's your money making base. It's just your crafty base. It's not your vault base. So I know I'm in creative mode, but like pretty much the idea is to make a simple melon farm for now. Obviously, if you're building underground, it's going to be a lot hard to make a bigger melon farm, because if the more bigger you want it, the more you're going to have to excavate, which can be really hard. But if you want to go, you can if you want, and I'll explain it. If you really want an easy way of making money, and you don't want to do this, you don't want to dig it out, you could find an ocean. And what you could do is you could put like gravel, you could pretty much make a quick farm with the ocean, because obviously the water is already there. All you have to do is place down the 2 lines of dirt, and you could just start placing down all the melon farms. But the only thing, all the melon seeds, but the only thing is that will probably get found and probably get blown up and griefed very, very easily, or you'll probably get killed while grinding there. And obviously if you get killed, now, to conserve more money, we're gonna make as much buckets as you can. Now, from what I know in the next map, these, like, all the iron that you get won't be changing. It's all gonna be staying the same. I think the kits aren't changing. So, make 4 buckets. Maybe keep a bit of iron just for in case you need it. I don't know why you'd need it, but just in case. You never know. So, 4 buckets. Now, don't go buying the water buckets at spawn. You can if you want, but you're just wasting more money, and you might need the money. You know, you have a limited balance. You might need it. So, just find some sort of water source on the surface. Now, just another tip. I've said this last episode. Make sure you don't grief the area that you're living in, because obviously that's a clear sign that someone is in this area and obviously using this area. So make sure you keep your area super clean and you don't leave any mess behind. Like, for example, if you're down in your base, you need to get water and you're digging up to the surface to obviously go and get water, make sure you patch that all up, keep it nice. And honestly, do not forget, when you get back to the base, do not forget to make an infinite water source. I have done that a few times. I am not gonna lie, I have went to get water, and then I ran back, I placed on the water, and I was like, I forgot to make an infinite water source. So I've done that before. So just make sure you make an infinite water source so you never have to go back to that lake or river or whatever again. Obviously now, when you're making your base, you probably got dirt. You know what I mean? You probably did get dirt. And if, for example, you don't have dirt, make sure you don't go to shop and buy dirt. Just go up to the top of the surface and just grab some, but make sure, like I said, run away from your base area. Don't grief your own area. That's a bad idea, like I said. So I knew obviously I don't think you get a hoe or anything. Now, you could make a diamond hoe if you want to, but I don't really think it's worth it. So I'll just make a wooden or an iron hoe, because you're gonna need it, and we will get this rolling. So obviously I know you only have 10 seeds. It's grindy. It's grindy. I'm not gonna lie. It's grindy for everyone. Obviously, the bigger farm you get, the easier it gets. Now, you can get some bone meal if you want, but, see, that's a tricky one. Now, see, you can't get bone meal. Now, you can buy it if you want, but it's kind of expensive, but you do get 16. But that's what you want. But personally, if I was you, I would just wait it out a little bit and maybe try... Do you know what? Maybe if you have an ult, maybe get an ult on, and then go do a bit of mining, mine some diamonds, find some iron, and then just sell the iron and diamonds that you get from mining, just for a little bit of extra profit, a little bit of money. I know you can make some moolah off that. Oh, also, a pro tip. If you stare directly into the seed, it will grow faster, because it knows it wants to be used. Just use your mind powers to grow it. No, I'm joking. That doesn't work, okay? So, like, if I ever raid a base, and I see someone staring at their seed, please do not do that. It won't make it grow any faster. Okay, so all of these have now grown. Now, a pro tip, then don't forget it, because I always see this message in chat, like, why isn't this spawning? Why isn't this? Make sure you light up your base, so obviously things can spawn in, because if there's no light, how is something meant to grow? So make sure you light it up, so that, oh, we have a first melon already. So make sure you light things up so things can grow. Now, this is a very, very baby melon farm, and you can do 2 things. You can either grind out enough money to buy your first spawner, or take things slower and grind out enough money to get some sort of fortune on your pickaxe. Because if you don't know, if you have fortune on your axe, oh, I should have done that in GM 0. But if you have fortune on your axe, you can get more melons, which is obviously going to make you more money in the long run and can be very, very handy. Now, this is obviously going to be very, very grindy, you can see. But as you get more melons, you know, you can start expanding your farm. And what I would just say is, like, for someone... The best way I would say it, if you're just excavating and you're just mining and stuff, I would just keep going out that way. I'll just keep going that direction. Most people go down and up, and I guess you can do that whatever you way, but I would go straight out. That's the way I would do it anyway. But as you can see, look, these spawn pretty fast, and it's all about just saving things up and making money. But at the start, what I would do is I would just turn these all into seeds, even though that's just ruined my money now. But I would make the farm bigger so that I can just keep mining it and mining it and mining it. Eventually, you should be able to save up for your first spawner. And obviously, like I said, don't really store any supplies in this base unless you want to store like your melons. Obviously, just put melons in the chest so you can keep storing them up. That's fine, but don't go accidentally storing your Fortune 1 pickaxe in the chest. Make sure you e-chest that bad boy. And obviously, stay alert when you're in your base. Don't AFK in your base at all. Like, don't go away. Like, obviously, for 5 minutes, maybe you can get away with it. But don't AFK, because if you die and you lose your Fortune pickaxe that you've been grinding out for ages, you know, that's going to be demotivating. So don't do that. But, let's move on to some cheeky ways of making money. But, like, these are very cheeky ways of making money, and they could go wrong very fast, but they have worked. I've spoke to some people and they said that it has worked for them. So let's show a cheeky. Yeah, they're pretty pricey. So I would say one. If you only have like $550, obviously if you have a melon farm up and running, you could try save up for one here and there. You know what I mean? Just grind out $300, buy one if you want to try this method. But this is a very weird method to do. So you obviously could buy an invisibility pot. What you could do is you could go to Warp PvP and wait for the bloody chest to spawn. The bloody chest is this. The bloody chest is this. It will actually do a warm up. The bloody chest is this. It will actually alert you in chat. So obviously, if I right click this, there we go. It's being activated by me. It has 4 minutes and 56 seconds before it can be open. So what's going to happen? If you have an invisibility pot, you can just try hide somewhere if you want to. And obviously then, when it gets down to the last second, try steal it really quickly and just run off. And that's, like I said, it might not work. But if it does, you will probably make a little bit of money, which would be great. But like I said, that's a cheeky way of doing things. It could mostly 9 times out of 10 be an absolute failure, but if it does work, it'd be worth it. So for example, let's just say you have 2 members, or like you and another member. Make sure that you are both doing something different to what you're doing. If you're both making money, make sure you're not just both grinding out these melons, unless the melon farm is obviously big enough, which I doubt it will be at the start of the map. You know, that's a lot of hours you're going to be building if you're making a massive melon farm, which obviously it'd be worth the investment. You're making a lot of money, and hopefully it wouldn't get raided fast. Let's say, for example, if I'm here and I'm waiting for these melons to grind so I can obviously get melons, maybe someone else can be at another farm, like a sugarcane farm, like your other guy could be at a sugarcane farm, or you could be mining diamonds and doing some other stuff, obviously, to make money as well, because then all the money would add up. And if you're doing all 2 things at once, then it's going to add up pretty fast. And obviously, you'll be on the road to getting your first spawner in no time. So, for example, e-pearls. People might want these. And when I say lazy people or people in distress might want these. So, they might purchase these for a decent amount of money. Now, for example, if you put these for 1,000 each, these ender pearls for 1,000 each on an AH, that's $4,000. People actually might purchase them because at the start of the map, there's usually a lot of PvP that's going on. A lot of PvP that's going on. Because it's so fresh, everyone's out and about, everyone's making bases, everyone's attacking each other's bases, there's loads of stuff going on. So people might be in distress and might really need an ender pearl, and obviously to do such AH, to see an ender pearl, they don't even care about the price tag, they want to survive, they buy the ender pearl, you made $1,000, super easy. And also, if you're been mining a lot, you probably gathered up a bit of flint, so what you can do is you can craft some flint and steels and sell those. That is a really good way of making money, because at the start of the map, a lot of people are using creeper eggs to raid. So when people don't have flint steels and they really desperately need one, like for example, they're desperate to get into base, someone spot them, they really need to get into base, they do such AH, see your flint steel, and they buy it. Now, pro tip, at this current stage of the map, like right now, say, you could probably sell a flint steel for 10k and someone would buy it. At the start of the map, you want to do different prices. Maybe you can either, 1,000 might be pushing it. 1,000 could do it. But if you want to maybe to sell a bit faster, maybe sell for like $500. At the end of the day, it only took you 5 seconds to craft a flint steel and mine the flint. Do you know what I mean? It only took 5 seconds. That's an easy $500. So there's a few little tips for you guys. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully you found these tips useful and now you understand what to do. Because I know people obviously probably understand how, like, to do this and to grind it out. But, you know, some people are just actually, some people are lost. Like, they know to do it, but they don't know how long they should do it and if, like, they're making profit. But trust me, it might not look like you're making profit, but you're slowly making money. Every single dollar adds up. It really does. And there's a few little tips on selling the ender pearls and flint steels. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Hopefully you're enjoying the series. And obviously for the donators out here who are watching this series, you guys get a little bit of leeway, because obviously you get a lot more stuff in your kit, like obsidian and stuff, which you can sell to other people for a bit of money if you want to. So you guys won't be as stuck as the non-donators, but these are mostly based onto the non-donators. And for the people who really want to make money with their own, like, actual cash, if you ever see, like, an exclusive title for, like, $4, or maybe, if Enchanted Charms are on sale, you could either buy an exclusive title for, like, €4 and then sell it to someone in-game for maybe 100,000 cash, more than that. Well, enchantment charms probably go for more than that. So this is a quick way if you want just an easy start. But anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and I shall see you guys in the next one. Slap the like button for the next episode. I'll see you then.